Hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
What's going on, Entertain? So today I'm coming to you guys with another recap. We talking Joseline's Cabaret, season 4, episode I think like 4. Okay, so we pick up where we left off, and we see Yummy and Wet Wet fighting. Y'all know how I feel about that fight. It was stupid. Wet Wet just wanted more camera time. Not gonna lie, if they let them fight a little bit longer, that would have been a good fight. Okay, it was like 2 alley cats just going at it. I was like, damn, like it was just scratching them, like just clawing each other's eyes out. Wet Wet was doing her big one. I was shocked. Okay, I was shocked. So I think it would have been a good fight if they let that go a little bit longer. So then, you know, both of them get their wigs pulled off. The difference is Yummy P, she looks good with her wig off. Wet Wet, on the other hand, looks like when you take the hair off of a Barbie doll and they just have the little, you know, the dots. That's what Wet Wet looked like. Say what you want about Yummy P. I know her, like a lot of people, I've seen somebody in the comments actually say something a little bit funny. They mentioned something about her teeth. They said this about her teeth. They said this. I'm gonna start doing this. I'm reading the funniest Zeus app comment of the week, of the episode. They said, the girl that fought Wet Wet, I see why she had braces for so long. That bee is bucktooth. She might need one of those orthodontic headgears. She does. She will. Yummy's teeth are not the best, but she is pretty. You can't take that away from Yummy P. Say what you want about her. I still think she is evil, okay? But she's not butt ugly. It's just the teeth. Okay, so let's not do that. A lot of y'all be trying to read Yummy P. Okay, I know the wig isn't the best. She needs work on the wig too, but she's a work in progress. So not too much on Yummy P. So Ricardo tells the girls, y'all need to tighten up. Y'all need to stop all this fighting, okay? And then they take Yummy P outside. Yummy P got her bandana over her hair. And after the fight, some of the girls are in the kitchen, and they start turning on Andrea. See, Andrea, you were so, you know, gung-ho on being, oh, team natural, and, you know, being a cheerleader. The same girl you was telling to whoop Yummy P's butt, she's the same girl that turned around and said that you need medication. Okay, so they're like, you need medication. And Andrea's just like, wait, that's like so messed up. Like, you're gonna say that I need medication? Like, really? Oh my God, like, that's like wrong. And I'm like, wait a minute. You do a little bit too much dramatics. You know, I like, you know, me and you, Andrea, we cool. But like, you was doing too much. Like, she started crying. I'm like, whoa, what is going on? That's why, Andrea, you should have minded your business. Okay? Because look what happens. So she starts to cry. She goes outside and she starts talking to Abby and Yummy. Abby is basically the life coach of the Cabaret. Okay, so she's just like, I love all of you women. And me being the first, I have to tell you guys this. I'm the first transgender of the Cabaret. It's just like, it's so amazing. So like, you girls are just so inspiring. I have a pussy. You guys have one too. I love it. So she, you know, she makes it a point every time to remind us that she's a T-girl. I'm like, okay, we get you're a T-girl. You have to tell us. Damn it. I'm like, I like her though. She's so positive. Like, damn, that's like the complete opposite of what we used to. So she's talking to Abby and Yummy. And, you know, Yummy's just mad. So Yummy's standing there on the corner. They giving her Wendy's. I said, that's the best y'all could do, dude. Y'all give her a 4 for 5, okay? Yummy P was eating her a good old 4 for 4, right? So she's sipping over. It looked like the 4 for 4 Chick-fil-A. I don't know what it was, but it was a Happy Meal, right? So she was eating away, drinking away. Andrea's just like, I mean, like she mentioned something about an apology. And Yummy P feels like she doesn't owe any of the girls an apology. She doesn't owe any of the girls an apology, except for Miss Natural. You did not have to hit her with the chancleta, okay? You hit her with the heel chancleta was not needed, okay? You are not Hispanic. You shouldn't have a chancleta in your head, okay? So that's who you owe an apology to, is Miss Natural. That's it. So she's like, I don't owe anybody any an apology. So I don't give a F. So you can get them out of my face. And then Andrea's like, man, girl, like, hey, you doing too much. Like, Andrea got scared. That's the real tea. Did you get scared, Andrea? Call in and let me know. Because it looked like you got a little scared. Okay? So they get on the bus. And then one bus is playing Shabuya, Shabuya, roll call, Shabuya, ya, Shaba, roll call. I said it's giving out STV, Shabuya, Shabuya, roll. Okay, and then you know, the big girl gets out. My name is Big Mama. Yeah, my wig is big, just like Yummy Peas, bitch. We big. Okay, so they do one of those, and then the other bus, they're just talking to Yummy P about, you know, stuff that's been going on in the house and how they're not really too much happy with some of the stuff that's been going on with them kind of picking on Yummy P. And Yummy P feels like some of the girls are being bullies to her and they need to stop and, you know, mind their business, okay? And she feels like they're just hating on her. She's like, they're just making like stuff up. Like they're doing things that they're making up beefs in their mind. Like I never hit her with a shoe. What is a shoe? And I'm like, Yummy, you're going to just sit here and just act like you're just a victim. We're not going to do that, okay? Andrea shouldn't have jumped in, but you still wrong for hitting Yummy P with hitting Natural with the chancleta. Like, you still wrong. So don't try to, you know, weasel your way out of it. And then, you know, they talking about the cabaret or whatever, and Andrea was just like, oh, yeah, all you need to do is just pick up the dance moves, and that's just that. And Miss Natural gave her the dirtiest look ever. She's just like, no, it's not. And I'm like, who died and made you project manager? In my Nene Lee's voice. Like, Natural is taking that captain role. She is the bottom bitch, okay? Like, Joseline didn't even have to award who's the bottom bitch. She gave, and Miss Natural just took it upon herself to make herself the bottom bitch. But she is right, though. It is more than just picking up the moves. Joseline got to like you, in my opinion. So, they get to the rehearsals, and, you know, Ricardo starts teaching them the dance moves. They need to change this from Joseline's Cabaret to Joseline's Hip Hopera, because this is not a cabaret. The type of cabaret is this, okay? This is a cabaret, okay? For the girls that in it now, right here, okay? Like, you give me fever when you kiss me, fever all through the night. You give me fever, yeah, fever all through the night. Romeo and Juliet, she hesitates. When he put his arms around her, she tell me, Julie, baby, you're my face, give me fever. That's a cabaret, okay? I'm just saying, I had to school y'all real quick. But with the type of songs Joseline makes, you can't do them type of dances. Like, you can't be like, doom, cha-cha. Like, you can't do that. So, yeah, but it's just the name needs to kind of change. It's Joseline's Hip Hopera. Okay, or Joseline's doing cha-cha. Like, change it to something, because it's really not a cabaret when you like look at the definition of a cabaret, right? So they doing the rehearsals. Next thing you know, Joseline walks in, and the girl with the orange wig, I think her name, I forget her name, but we're gonna get the introductions later. Y'all, she got a mean mug on, so she just standing there like. So Joseline's just like, hold on. Why you got that mean mug looking at me, bitch? You look like a pug, bitch. Don't be looking at me like that, okay? I don't need no dog face ass bitches. I don't need no pit bulls, bitch. Woof woof, get the fuck out. If you're not gonna smile, I don't need you here in the cabaret, okay? You. And then she starts smiling. And I'm like, that's low-key disrespectful. That's real disrespectful. I think that was one of the most disrespectful things I heard Joseline say in my life. She called you a pug. She called you a dog, okay? Basically, like, she might as well have put a leash on you and walked you. Walking like a dog. That was so disrespectful. I couldn't do it. I was like, wow, like she real deal call her a dog, a black woman a dog. So she asked Yummy P, what's tea? Because she was like, Yummy P, you don't have the same charisma that you do right now. So Yummy P's like, I've just been like attacked. Like, dry, her. So then Miss Wet, aka Dry, she's like, no, wet. No, I didn't attack her. I told her, stop being, scary. So I fought her. Wet, you had no reason to beat up Yummy. They have no reason to fight her at all. You just wanted more camera time. That's what irritates me about Wet Wet, because it's like she is one of the reasons why this season's coming off a little bit inauthentic, because she's doing too much. Like, relax. We see you. You don't have to keep reminding us that you're the GOAT of Justice Cabaret season 3. Like, we see you. Like, calm down. Like, that it gets on my nerves. Like, I hate when people get on reality TV and do that. Like, we see you. So, Yummy snitches on Wet Wet. You know, they start going back and forth or whatever. And Joss is like, Yummy P. Look, hold on. Can you take off that wig? Take off that wig. You look like a roach. I'm like, finally, somebody tells Yummy P to take off that wig. And I told y'all, Yummy P without a wig, her face looks good. Like, I don't know why she be wearing them helmet wigs. Okay? It's like, damn. So she takes off the wig, okay? And that was a real shake and go wig. She just took off the wig. She took off the wig, and then Yummy P basically gives us a rap in the confessional. She gives us a good rhyme. She's like, these girls are used to bees. I'm what they want to be because I am Queen Bee. And I'm like, okay, Dr. Seuss, all right. Oh, you giving us a good old rhyme. Look at you. Like, you better put her in the booth. She giving us rhymes. That's not the first time your BP's done that. Let me find out. You goes writing for the girls to rap. Okay? So Jossie yells at the girls because she's like, you guys are making my mind polluted. Like, oh my God, it's so much. My mind is so polluted. Like, you guys keep fighting. I'm sick of you bitches. Like, after this, some of y'all just gonna go the fuck home. Like, that's it. That's just it. Okay. So then the girls exposed Andrea for doing the voodoo. Okay. Lacey exposes Andrea for having a voodoo doll. And Jossie's like, she do what? And then Andrea starts to explain the law of science and everything. Jossie says, basically puts her hand of prayer over Andrea. Okay. But then she has the girls dance again. Yummy P to me is one of the best dancers. I do not care. Say what you want about her. She's one of the best dancers. They kick out Wet Wet and Big Mama for talking too much. And then they start picking some of the girls for the cabaret for the Miami Big Lex performance, y'all. It's a coming. It's a coming. Okay? So they pick Andrea, Yummy, and Natural first. Okay? And we get introduced to Andrea. So she's from Houston, Texas. Andrea's a bad B, okay? Especially in that new confessional with the red on. That's a bad bitch. She's a baddie. She is. But she needs to stop being a character. That's my biggest thing, Andrea. I know you're an entertainer. Stop being the character and just be yourself, because it's like, that's how I get people to fall in love with you. If you're trying to be so much of a character, it's kind of like we see through that. That's the only thing that irritated me with this series. It's like, I feel like she's being a character, and it's like seeing her on social media and like talking to her and stuff, like she's regular. So like, that's the only thing. Okay. And she know how to work a pole. Okay. There are girls, you know, them rotisserie chickens that they be having in public, that little thing, she be working a pole. All right. So then Danny gets picked next. We meet her. She says she's from the Bronx. Okay, like Cardi B, I'm from the Bronx. Okay, she's from the Bronx. And they show her dancing. As she was dancing, Joseline picked her out of the bunch or whatever. She didn't know how to dance. And the rest of the girls have to be picked by some of the cabaret girls that were picked earlier. So they go down the line for the girls that didn't get picked. And one of the girls says dancing saved her life from DV. And we get to Abby, and she's just like, well, Joseline, I love being here so much because I'm representing everything, and I'm representing my community, the trans community. And Joseline's like, you what? You try to come in. Let me see your thing. And I'm like, that's the first thing you thought to ask Joseline, is just to see her knee the reaches. Okay, you just wanted to see what she was working with. No, but Abby gagged you, bro. She says, no, I'm possessed. I got it done. Joseline in the confessional says that she didn't know that Abby was Abraham. Father Abraham. And I'm like, I really hope that's her birth name and you just didn't make that up in the confession. Because how do you know his name, her name wasn't Ariba or something like that? You just assume that her name was Abraham before. transitioning. Like that was like you was being funny, Joseline. Okay. So Joseline asks Abby to see her Hello Kitty. All right. Joseline comes back. Joseline, you would have thought she saw the gates of heaven. She's like, oh my God, like it's so much warfare, like it's so much warfare inside of her brain, it's so much warfare inside of my mind. Like I just seen all her scars, like her pussy is so pretty. And I'm like, you would have thought she seen the gates of heaven, okay? She'd have seen the Lord. I'm like, relax, Joseline. But I will say it was a nice moment and one of the most positive moments that's been seen on Zeus in a minute. Okay. So I was like, oh my God, some positivity. Wow. I'm shocked. Okay. So that was good to see. And thank God Joseline was respectful about it. And she was saying, I know she saw all of Abby's scars. Abby starts to break down. And she basically tells Abby that if she fights any of the girls there, she's going to get sent home, which I think is fair. I wish Not As TV would, allow those rules to, be a lot more regulated. She was like, no, like if you, fight any of them, you'll get sent home or whatever, right? She was like, no, I didn't come to fight, which I don't see Abby getting into any type of conflict on that show. Like, I just don't see it, okay? So they go down the line for the remaining girls that didn't make the cabaret. Abby makes the cabaret. And, they ask why the rest of y'all should be there. Child, Blow Up Doll, they want to Blow Up Doll gone immediately. So Blow Up Doll's just like, I'm here for the cabaret. And it's like, I got these big titties and I just want to see what, I just want to see what I could do with these big titties. And I'm like, nah, the Apollo, like, God, okay? So they exited out Abby quick, okay? Not Abby, but Blow Up Doll. They kicked out Abby quick. We get Abby's introduction, and she's from California. She's too wholesome for Zeus. She deserves a bigger platform because it's like you could tell that girl is such a good person that it's like, I don't want to see Joseline ever disrespect her, call her any type of transphobic remarks or ballistic in a pop. Like, that's the last thing I want to see on this. So it's like, girl, please, okay, just go, to CBS or something like a Love Island or like, like she's so wholesome. So they get to Eliminations and Wet was being targeted because they feel like she can't dance. Wet we know can't dance. She be looking like a spring chicken when she dancing, okay? Wet can't dance. So half of the girls want her gone, but Joseline gets rid of this brunette girl that was dancing because it saved her from the DV. I don't think she deserved that. I think she was dancing better than Wet. She gets rid of her. We all know Joseline kept her there because one producer's probably told her, keep her for entertainment purposes. Let's keep it back. Okay. So then we meet Lexi. She makes the cabaret. That's the girl with the blonde. We meet Egypt. And she says she went to prison and had a baby and like she's been through a lot or whatever. And she had a beret in her confessionals. Okay. I have a beret in that color too. Don't let me pull it out. So then we meet the spin queen. That's the girl with the skates that be dancing around the pole, up and down the pole. That be going around the pole like that. We meet her. She, to me, is one of the best dancers there. And then we meet Precious. Now, Precious, to me, I don't think should have made the cabaret. I don't think she could dance. From what we've seen from the routine. And from what we've seen in her clips, I didn't see any of her dancing on the pole. She looks like those Vegas performers that do like, attractions or like maybe like a belly dance or something or two. I ain't see no pole work, no nothing. So I was confused. But she ends up making it. I was glad she made it though, because she is, a chocolate girl. And Joseline doesn't really, she's not too much on the chocolate girl. So that's the one reason I'm happy that she got picked. But from what I've seen, fuck is you talking about? Let me make the cabaret. But yeah, she to me wasn't the best of the night and could have got cut too. We meet Holiday. She said she got good credit, right? She said she'd be a dancer for all the ballers. So then here comes Lucky in her eye bags, okay? And she has actual bags in her hand. Lucky looked so stressed out at that point. I don't know if she was been crying for days, but her eye bags looked even bigger. I was like, damn, Lucky, is it really worth it for you to be going through all this to get up on Joseline Cabaret again? Like, they must have cut you a real good check because, god damn. So she comes back with like a bag of gifts for Joseline. Joseline was just like, bitch, you back? You must want me to slap you, okay? I got a 5-figure discount. After I slap motherfucking Big Lex, I'm finna pop your shit. You want me to slap you? And Lucky's just like, no, I don't want you to do that. No. So Justin's like, I want to slap you. But it's like, no, I don't know. What you got for me? You got gifts in this bag? Let me check this bag. So she starts looking through her bag and everything. And, you know, Lucky's like, oh, you know, I want to be a part of the cabaret. I want this really bad. And she's like, I'm so sorry for the beef during the reunion. And I'm like, damn, them not as TV people probably kicking their feet like, shame on you, bitch. Like, I'll just say it. And, you know, Joseline leaves it up to the girls to decide if she wants to come, if she can make it to the cabaret, right? I think Lucky belongs in the cabaret because she can actually do pole work. A lot of these girls can't do pole work. Daisy making the cabaret too, girl, you shouldn't have made it. Sorry. Daisy even admitted she can't do any pole work. And in my opinion, she wasn't keeping up with the dances either. So it's like, she wasn't needed. They end up telling her she can come back. They voted that she could come back or whatever. She starts crying. I'm like, oh man, Lucky been through a lot. Oh, poor Luck. So then Joseline doesn't really care. She ends up leaving with her diaper on. Joseline looked like she was wearing a diaper throughout the whole night, a big red diaper. Okay. So then the episode kind of ends off there. All right. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Do you guys think Lucky should have been invited back? What girls you think that got cut should have made it? Because I think that DV girl should have made it over like Wet, in my opinion. But for entertainment purposes, they're going to keep Wet. Okay. Let me know what y'all think down below. And we out, babies.
No personal thing.